What's up, guys? This week at AGM, Michael and I go to Vegas.
Oh my.
It's not even my trophy, somebody gave it to me.
And Bryan and Kyle break a jackrod.
Oh! This week at AGM, Max tries to film a vlog intro.
And it takes 47,000 times.
Hey, what you up to?
Oh, you know, just packing the old 4Runner.
Where are you going?
Oh, we're going to Vegas, baby.
We?
Yeah, you and me.
Wait, so what are we doing in Vegas?
We are gonna go shoot some story times with like 3 people, I think. There's like some big race. And yeah, so we're just gonna capitalize on the opportunity that everybody's in one spot. Can we turn and see you? Like, because you look ridiculous right now. You look insane. The last guy that we're filming tomorrow is sponsored by a coffee company. All right, let's go.
So deep in love, oh yeah, with a wonderful girl, the loveliest girl in this whole wide world.
So before I was a part of AGM and they were racing, it was all German motorsports, there was a guy on the race team named Terry, and he was a factory racer and had all this experience and knowledge and all these crazy stories. Sadly, he passed away. All those stories went with him. We sell products and we have, you know, the jacks and everything that we make, but we are part of the off-road community and we wanted to kind of give back to that as well. We thought it'd be a great idea to go out and capture all these stories from people who have been racing a long time, people who are new racing as well, and kind of tell those stories and catalog them, because there's not a lot of people doing that in our sport right now, and all these stories end up leaving with these people. We've been shooting these for a few years now, and just trying to capture as many stories as we can from as many different racers as possible.
Break the jackrod. And why are we gonna break the jackrod, Kyle? Well, I'll tell you why we're gonna break the jackrod. We design all these things in CAD and we do a whole bunch of fancy testing that gives us all kinds of numbers, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta break shit to find out what it's really gonna do. When you are under your vehicle and you are lifting it with a jack, if you are not supporting that load, the jack could fail and fall on you, making it really hard to finish the job and also go home and also be alive.
And to everybody who says, oh, just get a jackrod stand, you're $49. Well, modern cars don't have a place for a floor jack and a jack stand in the same spot anymore. So
how many spots do they have?
They have 4 spots now.
Where are those spots, Kyle?
The front driver, the front passenger, the rear driver, and the rear passenger.
4. I mean, you could say 4, 2 per side, but yeah. I love how detailed you were.
They got 2 per side. So people also say that the jack's on wheels. Won't it roll away?
Oh, that's a good point.
Well,
what'll happen?
It won't roll away because you shouldn't jack your car up on the side of a mountain.
Yeah, you know, besides the static load being like crazy high and it pushing everything directly down, which is not gonna allow anything to roll. If you are concerned, I think you can also do a couple things, right?
They make these things, God, what are they called? E-brakes.
Yeah,
you can push e-brake.
You can push the e-brake.
Or pull the e-brake.
You can also put it in gear.
You can.
And if none of that is cool, can't you also chalk tires?
Yeah, wood blocks they work great. Yep. A little expensive these days, but.
This is how we're gonna break the jackrod. Kyle and I talked about all kinds of ways to do it. What, tanks. It was mainly just tanks. But we landed on we should probably break it in the apparatus that it's gonna be used in. That being a floor jack. So yeah, make sure all the pressure's out.
All the pressure's out.
We're gonna take this bad boy. We're gonna apply a load to the top and we are gonna push on this until something goes pop.
Yeah,
right. So while we get this set up, I think Max is out shooting a story time with Justin Lofton. So why don't you go check that out?
Beef.
Yeah, it's across the road, whatever that road is.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out right now. Derek said he'd come over and take the truck off the trailer. I think they're walking over right now, actually.
What's going on? You want to hear what it really sounds like?
So y'all just peed in some guy's radiator.
We peed in some guy's radiator.
You have a surprise.
You do? It doesn't really make a difference if I carry a spare tire or not, because I don't even have a jack on me. So.
Right. Well, now you do.
I do.
Yeah. AGM is the best.
We did not pay him to say that.
You guys know.
Cut that.
No audio.
All right, we just finished up shooting with Lofton. We're gonna go in here. You guys are gonna go watch the Jackrod press test. So, yeah, we can't take you in there. So, all right.
I wonder what Max is doing in Vegas right now.
They're camera nerds. They're probably doing some fake skit out in front of the titty bar.
Yeah. Anyways, we got this thing all set up, so let's break it.
Cool.
All right, quick checklist. We got the floor jack in the press.
Yep.
Check. We got the jack rod in the jack.
Check.
We got the valve released, right?
Check.
So now all the load that this sees will run through the jack rod.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any guesses on what we're gonna get? Where's it gonna break?
Broken parts.
Broken parts. All right, well, let's see what happens.
Got that on camera.
You have all of the beautiful footage, and you just put a song to it.
Cut it as fast as I can.
Yeah, get it out. It's awesome.
Collar here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I went from dirt bikes to my first ever short course race in Lancaster, and we actually, after I won, we jumped on my dad's jet and flew straight to San Felipe because we were going to do a dirt bike ride for like 5 days. I guess I should have told this in the story, but we're down there and we're like riding our dirt bikes, and we come up and there's like all this crowd and like everything's blocked off, and we're like, what the f? And they're like, oh, a race is going on. We're like, okay, we don't know what off-road really is yet. And so we like pull up and we get with all the spectators, and I'm like looking down, and it's where they're coming to the finish line in San Felipe, and it's Troy Herbst in his trophy truck doing 119, and I watch him go by, and still to this day I remember that, and I'm like, I want to do that one day. And I think I was 14 or 16 at the time.
Yeah.
No idea that a race was going on, San Felipe, and watched that truck go by, and I was like, oh my God, hooked for life now. Like you were saying, our sport is so small, and just getting little things like this to different eyes really helps us. So I always like anything I could do to help our sport.
Awesome.
I always want to do it because the next generation's coming up, and
Yeah.
I still want this sport to be here. So
I think we might go get some food. Haiti B's, like we were talking about last night. But let's see, what are the guys at AGM doing right now?
Nope, that's 6 tons.
I'm a little confused. It says it'll hold up to 2 tons, but we saw 5.6 tons. What does this all mean?
What this means is that the jack rod will actually hold almost 3 times the max load rating, which gives you a little bit of peace of mind, right? So if you have a 2-ton load, or you have a 2-ton jack, all you can pick up is 2 tons. That means that that load is way under the maximum strength of the jack rod. So now we know for sure that under normal operation, this will not fail if a customer is using it and their jack happens to fail.
So in layman's terms, there's a safety factor of 2x.
So plus more than 2. So that makes me feel a lot more warm and fuzzy that we have made something that will not only just do its job, but hopefully save someone's life.
Sounds like a party.
Well, that's it for us, but I think Max is doing a story time with BJ Baldwin, so you should go check that out.
Guns and coffee.
It is a mix made in heaven, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Sunday morning.
My entire childhood, too.
Mine was.
Okay. Where are we?
Baldwin Motorsports.
Look at all these trophies, okay? All these trophies, right? This is for 8th place in a karate competition. 8th place. It's not even my trophy. Somebody gave it to me because they were a fan of mine, which I'm very, very grateful for. It's the sexiest trophy that I have. It's 8th place. This is for winning the Parker 425. We deserve better. My collarbones were bleeding from the seat belts. My shoulder blades were bleeding. The small of like my back, middle of my back was bleeding. Top of my pelvic girdle in the back was bleeding. Inner thighs were bleeding. But the memories that come from that, despite how painful that was, you know, I'm the only guy in history that's ever done that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's pretty cool. I take that with me forever.
That's all we got today. What did you think of this new format? Did you love it? Did you hate it? We do all this for you, so let us know down in the comments what you'd like to see next. We'll see you next week, and remember, work smart, play hard.